Israel, a journey through time, from ancient roots to modern nation. Welcome to an extraordinary journey through the history of Israel, a land that has been at the crossroads of civilizations for thousands of years. From biblical beginnings to modern-day statehood, Israel's rich and layered past is packed with stories of conquest, resilience, faith, and innovation. History buffs, this one's for you. Let's dive into how this remarkable nation evolved, a tale that is as much about the spirit of survival as it is about shaping the world we live in today. Our story begins in the ancient Near East, where the land of Israel first emerges. According to biblical accounts, the tale starts over 3,000 years ago with the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It was Abraham who first entered the Promised Land, believed by many to be chosen by God as home for his people. The early tribes of Israel were pastoral communities connected by shared ancestry and faith. A major turning point was the Exodus, where Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt and into freedom. This journey laid the foundation for Jewish identity, accompanied by the giving of the Ten Commandments. Eventually, the tribes settled in Canaan, today's Israel, and the first unified kingdom began to emerge under King Saul. The reigns of King David and his successor, King Solomon, mark a golden age. King David claimed Jerusalem as the capital of a united Israel, and Solomon followed by constructing the first temple, a monumental symbol of the Israelites' faith. This era was a time of cultural and religious growth, but it wouldn't last forever. The kingdom of Israel fractured, eventually splitting into two, Israel in the north and Judah in the south. This division made the region vulnerable to external threats. The ancient Assyrians swept in, conquering the northern kingdom, while the southern kingdom of Judah fell to the Babylonians. Jerusalem was devastated, and the first temple was destroyed. This moment marked the beginning of the Jewish exile, a painful scattering that deeply influenced Jewish culture and identity. But exile didn't mean the end. When the Persian Empire rose and defeated Babylon, the Jews were permitted to return to their homeland. Thus began the Second Temple period. During this era, Israel became a crossroads of empires, as Alexander the Great's conquests brought Hellenistic influence to the region. This blending of traditions gave rise to new complexities in Jewish society. The next major power to dominate Israel was the Roman Empire. While initially offering certain liberties to the Jewish people, Roman rule grew harsh, sparking revolts like the Jewish-Roman Wars. The destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE was a catastrophic event, deepening the Jewish diaspora even further. Following the fall of the Roman Empire, Israel came under Byzantine Christian control. However, this era would soon give way to Islamic rule as the Rashidun Caliphate conquered the region. With the rise of Islam in the 7th century, Jerusalem became a key city for Muslims due to its connections to the Prophet Muhammad's night journey. The Middle Ages saw wars between Crusaders and Muslims over control of the Holy Land. Christian Crusaders launched campaigns to reclaim Jerusalem, resulting in centuries of conflict. These power struggles shaped both the physical and cultural landscapes of Israel, leaving behind an intricate mosaic of religious and historical landmarks. Eventually, the Ottoman Empire gained control over Israel in the 16th century, ruling for nearly 400 years. The Ottomans brought stability to the region, but by the late 19th century, their empire began to wane, opening the door for monumental changes. The 19th century heralded a surge of nationalism around the world, and for Jewish communities, this sparked the Zionist movement, a call to establish a homeland for the Jewish people. Persecution in Europe, particularly under the Russian pogroms, fueled many Jews to immigrate to the land of their ancestors, then part of the Ottoman Empire and later the British Mandate of Palestine after World War I. In 1917, the Balfour Declaration marked a pivotal moment. Britain expressed support for establishing a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. However, the land was also home to a significant Arab population, and tensions began brewing between Jewish and Arab communities. These tensions escalated during the 1930s and 1940s, especially with the atrocities of the Holocaust. The devastating genocide of 6 million Jews made the establishment of a secure homeland more urgent than ever. By 1947, the United Nations proposed to partition Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion declared the independence of the State of Israel. For the Jewish people, this moment was the culmination of centuries of hope, struggle, and resilience. However, independence was immediately met with challenges. Neighboring Arab states declared war, unwilling to accept the partition plan. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War, also known as Israel's War of Independence, resulted in a fragile victory for the fledgling state. Though Israel survived, its history in the following decades would be marked by conflict and negotiation. Wars like the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973 reshaped Israel's borders and international reputation. The Six-Day War in particular was a turning point, with Israel capturing key territories like the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem, intensifying disputes that remain unresolved today. Despite its challenges, modern Israel has carved out a unique space on the global stage. It has become a hub of innovation, known for advancements in technology, medicine, and agriculture. From the invention of the USB flash drive to pioneering desalination technologies, Israel has consistently punched above its weight as a small nation with a big impact. Culturally, Israel represents a vibrant mosaic of diversity. While predominantly Jewish, the country is home to Muslims, Christians, Druze, and an array of immigrants from around the globe. This rich mix creates an ever-evolving identity that celebrates both ancient traditions and cutting-edge modernity. But Israel's story is far from uncomplicated. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict continues to challenge peace efforts, drawing global attention to issues of land, identity, and coexistence. Despite these struggles, Israel perseveres as a nation deeply connected to its history and determined to shape its future. As we wrap up, it's impossible to ignore the profound significance of Israel's story. It's a history of resilience, faith, and innovation, a story that has shaped religions, inspired movements, and influenced civilizations for millennia. From ancient prophets to modern innovators, Israel remains a land where the past and present coexist in vivid color. Whether you find inspiration in its spiritual legacy, its technological triumphs, or its ongoing quest for peace, one thing is certain: Israel's history is not just a reflection of its own identity, but a cornerstone of human progress. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed exploring the fascinating history of Israel, and let us know in the comments which part of the story intrigued you the most. Let the world of history inspire you, one story at a time. See you in the next video.